Hello, my name is Andrew Corrales, and I'm going to be presenting on volcano hazards. This is the first tab. I am going to be focusing on long term. Long term forecasts, or also known as hazard assessments, are commonly based on the geologic paths of individual volcanoes. Scientists look at the magnitude, frequency, along with the style of the eruption events by putting together the sizes and ages of well characterized eruptions that have happened in the past. It's also known with short term real-time monitoring this can also provide scientists with the necessary data to foresee possible styles and or timing of a eruption within the period of a volcanic unrest. And in the monitoring tab, I'm going to be looking at earthquakes. The one I chose to look at is the volcano tectonic VT. So volcano tectonic earthquakes, which represents the brittle future of rocks, which can occur along faults such as the San Andreas Fault. It is volcanic. Oh, is this is volcanic tectonic earthquakes happen due to normal tectonic force, which force changes in the stress caused by magma that is moving through pre-existing cracks in the crust. To find the difference between these various processes can be very tricky, and it also requires lots of data from other types of volcanics. In the hazard tab, my computer reload, I chose to look at volcanic gas. And the volcanic gas that I chose to talk about is the sulfur dioxide. So, sulfur dioxide is it's more irritation more than a very toxic gas. But sulfur, at least from what I remember hearing from volcanics when I take geology in high school, I always heard a lot about sulfur. So it also intrigues me when I can learn more about it. So, sulfuric volcanic gas is one type of gas that can be found in multiple eruptions. Sulfur dioxide is a colorless gas with a very strange odor that irritates the skin, tissues, eye membranes, along with the nose and the throat. Sulfur is also known as SO2. SO2 emissions can cause acid rain and air pollution of downward of a volcano. And the preparedness tab that I'm going to be presenting us during an eruption. Um, so right here, if you're near or downwind of a volcanic eruption, it is very dangerous. So you must be able to follow the evacuation guidelines, know which areas are closed off. Stay if they tell you to stay out of valleys or low-lying areas, then you better listen because it's a life or death situation. Uh, you should pay attention to the broadcast. Pay attention to every little sign that could help you. Um, if it's uh um a mud flow, seek higher ground because it's going to be on the ground floor. So seek higher ground. But you can also be at risk of volcanic ashfall. If you're risked by volcanic asphalt, you should seek shelter and minimize the exposure to ash because ash is very harmful. It is very recommended to not to drive during ashfall because it could also mess with your car and it could make your car not work no more. So if your car doesn't work and you have no way to get out of the lava flow or ashfall, then you're screwed at that point. But as long as you follow your guidelines, you know where to evacuate to, you know what to do in specific types of um, eruptions, then you should be okay. Thank you for listening to my presentation.